All right, just a brief update as to what's been going on. The other night, I had to go to the emergency room at the hospital because I was gasping for air. I couldn't breathe even a little bit without being in excruciating pain from the center of my body all the way up through my neck. For a time there, I honestly thought that I was done, that this was it. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm still not at 100%, but I'm way better than I was a couple nights ago. But what I'm left with is having to get a lot of rest to recuperate, but yet having to catch up on a lot of things as well, which I have been working on in between naps, as the entire thing has left me tired. So it was several days ago I started having some pain when I was breathing in, mainly in my back, the middle of my back between my shoulders. And it wasn't too severe, so I didn't really think too much of it. But then it steadily got worse, and I ended up going to the urgent care and had to wait hours for them to see me. And all they really did was take an x-ray and said they couldn't find anything and told me it was probably just a muscle. So I went home and took some muscle relaxers. Didn't really seem to help, but then the next day it didn't hurt as bad, so I thought maybe it was doing something. But then the following day, it came back with a vengeance. Where before I would have to take a deep breath to have the pain, now even the smallest breath would be extremely excruciating. And so I decided that I had no other choice but to go to the emergency room. That's not a decision that I make lightly. So my girlfriend drove me up to the hospital, and we got in right away. The staff there was excellent. They immediately put me in a wheelchair and wheeled me back to put me on a bed gurney. Started hooking electrodes up to me for the monitors, put an IV in me. Took a blood sample to check for any clotting that I may have. They said they could be able to tell if you have any kind of clot by simply running a blood test. And they wheeled in a mobile x-ray unit to take an x-ray of me right there on the gurney. So I ended up having to wait a couple hours for the test results. They came back and said, "We have an answer. You have pneumonia of significant size in your lower left lung." And I'm like, okay, I don't know how that happened. And they said everything makes sense with my symptoms. Pneumonia would inflame the lining of my lungs, causing pain when breathing. Funny how this happens right after Mars enters Gemini. And then later my brother told me that, oh yeah, my wife's sister's kid was just diagnosed with pneumonia too. And my brother was over here the day before this all started. So I'm thinking that maybe he was a carrier. Then the people at the hospital gave me my first dose of an antibiotic for it and a prescription for the rest, which I've taken one dose so far, and I'm already feeling about 75% better and still have 9 more days to go on the medicine. So no worries, I'm pretty sure I have this licked. But it is going to put a crimp in the schedule, so please bear with me. I still hope to have the 3rd Spirit Box session posted next week, and even though I've done a couple more sessions since then, I want to move on to other things. I don't want to just do that. But they will be posted eventually. You know, the worst part about this whole thing was that you couldn't get into a comfortable position at all. Laying down to try to sleep made it hurt worse. And so you would have to try to fall asleep sitting up. But that's about it. I just wanted to give you a quick update, let you know what was going on. I am doing better now. I'm just a little bit more behind than I'd like to be, but I hope to be back soon. So, until then, take care.